Good evening. You're tuned into our television and this is the State of Business. I'm Nishani Pikera. Let's first take a look at tonight's top stories. President promises to provide all facilities for security force members. And Canada seeks to further boost bilateral relations with Sri Lanka. President Maithripala Sirisena stated that the government will provide all necessary facilities to equip Sri Lankan security forces with the knowledge as well as expertise when implementing state policy on national security. The President made these remarks speaking at the graduation ceremony of Defence Services Command and Staff College in Sapukaskanda. The Commandant of the college, Major General Ruwan Kulatunga, welcomed the President upon his arrival at the college premises. Addressing the graduation ceremony, the President further stated that when fulfilling responsibilities of national security in a peaceful country, as well as fulfilling responsibilities of regional security with the assistance of the international community, security forces should be equipped with the necessary technical knowledge and wisdom. The President also appreciated the great humanitarian services rendered by the security forces in addition to their national security responsibilities during national disaster situations. President Sirisena also valued the excellent support given to the fight against the smuggling of drugs and other illegal activities. During the ceremony, President Sirisena awarded degrees to several officers and presented awards to local and foreign officers for their outstanding performances. The 14th edition of the National Business Excellence Awards 2017, conducted by the National Chamber of Commerce of Sri Lanka, was held in Colombo last evening. The High Commissioner of Canada, David McKinnon, was the chief guest during the occasion.
The award ceremony was conducted amidst a large gathering of business leaders, leading business organizations, diplomatic missions and entrepreneurs. As one of the pioneering award competitions initiated by the NCCSL in 2004, the National Business Excellence Awards over the years has maintained high standards and gained much recognition and prestige amongst the business community. This year the award competition focused on categories such as extra large, large, medium, small and micro-scale industries and several other industry sectors. During the ceremony, 92 awards were presented to winners, including the Gold, Silver and Bronze awards.
The National Business Awards have been maintaining a high standards at the top, and today we have become one of the most prestigious award schemes. It could be said that the significant award competition, the National Business Excellence Award, today is a unique and one of a kind. The Chamber's objective in conducting this competition is to enhance the standards of excellence in all Sri Lankan companies and winners to become an inspiration and a role model to many companies in the future. We're also looking at the small and medium companies as well, because if you look at the distinguished gathering here, you might not have representations of a small and medium group, but we're happy to say, like programs like Meet the Ambassador and various programs you organize, we have people coming from outstations and supporting us in many ways, and they've actually won lots of businesses through interaction and synergies.
Meanwhile, speaking at the National Business Excellence Awards 2017 ceremony, the High Commissioner of Canada, David McKinnon, elaborated on the bilateral relationship between Canada and Sri Lanka.
Over the subsequent decades of turmoil here and the opening wide of Canada's immigration program, Canada attracted large numbers of Sri Lankans to pursue opportunities to establish new lives. Many continued to come to study and then return here and make important contributions to this country as well. While the very large Sri Lankan Tamil origin diaspora in Canada often has the greatest profile, it certainly is a remarkable contributor to the economic and social fabric of cities like Toronto. The Sri Lankan diaspora, in fact, has significant and vibrant representation from all the communities here who have made homes for themselves across Canada. Our relationship goes well beyond the people-to-people connection. Our economic links have surprising variety and vibrancy, even if in my time here I'd like to do what I can to encourage them to grow substantially. You may not be aware that Canadian companies and Sri Lankan partners account for more than $500 million of exports, a figure that is actually growing very rapidly. Canada is also the major source of wheat and imports of wheat and yellow lentils into this country. A Canadian architect, world-renowned one, Moshe Safdie, is designing the Altair project, which will really change Colombo's skyline. Canadian-made helicopters, Bell helicopters, provided crucial support for search and rescue in the floods here earlier this year. And leading-edge Canadian chiller technology is being put into major buildings in Colombo. Now, that may seem strange to you, but Canadians actually do need air conditioning at certain times of the year. So this is why we understand this. All the while, a lot of other Canadian companies are coming here to pursue opportunities in IT and infrastructure, clean technology, and aviation. And the High Commission is here to do what it can to facilitate those connections.
Speaking further, the Canadian High Commissioner highlighted the important parts that need to be focused upon in order to develop the business community and possess a strong, sustainable economic growth.
We also, as a government, have recognized the need to ensure young Sri Lankans have access to the skills needed to find meaningful employment and ensure the benefits of growth here are spread as equally as possible. The World University Service of Canada, WUSC, I'm glad to see as a partner this evening, with our support in the Government of Canada, works with various players to mobilizing the support of international volunteers to improve opportunities for youth and women in the tea, tourism, hospitality, apparel, ICT, construction, and automotive maintenance sectors. WUSC engages with the authorities here, with training providers, communities, private sector companies to create more inclusive national skills development. We see a renewed commitment by the government of Sri Lanka to engage around the world, and we encourage by efforts to take such steps to create a more transparent environment, build a corruption-free society, and to remove unnecessary barriers to trade. Sri Lanka's geographic position, natural resources, and educated population make it, from our perspective, a business destination of the future. These are all great incentives for Canadian companies to consider trade and investment in this country. Sri Lanka's long-term economic growth and its success in finding sustainable peace and reconciliation will depend heavily on the ability of its private sector, this room, to expand and develop different sectors of the economy, providing opportunities for all. Sri Lankan companies are entrepreneurial, and the country's young people are smart, inquisitive, and dynamic from all that I've seen. And this is translating into a vibrant private sector, even as I'm sure more work can be done to encourage entrepreneurship. Sri Lanka needs growth that is driven by better productivity, and from the Canadian experience, trade, strong SMEs, competitiveness, and increased FDI provide some of the answers for a strong, sustainable economy. Trade and investment can actively promote technology absorption, skill upgrading, and increase competitiveness, all crucial to Sri Lanka right now. And I hasten to add that actually the Canadian investments here and relationships here that are helping drive exports from this country are all about have a very strong basis and competitiveness. And by integrating into regional and global value chains, Sri Lanka can leverage its unique location and educated workforce. And we're very pleased that Canadian companies are already a part of this.
Time for us to slip in for a short break. Do stay with us for more news on the other side. Welcome back. You're watching The State of Business. According to the monthly Index of Industrial Production released by the Census and Statistics Department, the volume of industrial production in Sri Lanka has increased by 3.7% in October 2017 compared to the same month in 2016. The IIP reported for the month of October 2017 and 2016 were 108.6 and 104.7 respectively. The manufacturing industries, fabricated metal products, machinery and equipment, and basic metal products have shown significant increases of 26.2%, 14.2%, and 8.7% respectively in their volume of production during the month of October 2017 compared to the same month in 2016. The volume of food products has increased by 4.5%. However, manufacturing industries' volume of beverages, furniture, and other manufacturing reported decreases by 15.1%, 12.2%, and 5.5% respectively during this period. And now let's take a look at a few stories in brief.
The annual diploma awarding ceremony of the Sri Lanka Foundation was held in Colombo today. Over 350 students received their diploma certificates during the ceremony. The award ceremony was held under the patronage of the Minister of Social Empowerment, Welfare and Canadian Heritage, S.B. Dissanayake. PONS introduced the globally reputed PONS Institute, an expert face care hub, for the first time in Sri Lanka yesterday. The exclusive launch, which showcased their latest state-of-the-art technological innovations combined with science, was attended by a large gathering. The PONS Institute, which is already established around the world, brings together years of skincare science and first-to-market innovative product formulas of over 700 scientists from 56 countries. The Chemo Salon opened its first store in Colombo recently. Chemo offers quality products that are useful in everyday life. The new store will feature the latest in homeware, toys, stationery, as well as exclusive housing products in 12 categories. The store will be open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Monday to Sunday.
Let's take a look at how the stocks performed today after this short break. Welcome back to the show. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The oil share price index gained 4.27 points to close at 6,357.04, and the S&P SL20 gained 1.43 points to close at 3,689.23. Turnover was 1.2 billion rupees and 66.3 million shares were traded. And now let's take a look at the day's foreign exchange rates. And with that, we wind up the show for tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you for joining. Have a pleasant evening.